Hey everyone, we are building the castle. Well, disclaimer, I was clearing the castle yesterday and kind of got a little carried away, so some of the castle's rebuilt. But other than that, I haven't really done much. So I filled in the holes, so to speak, the two major holes, and this is where I realized, wait, I'm not recording. I better stop. So today we're going to fill in this hole because I don't know if you agree, but that's a major security risk of the settlement. So here's what we got. So far, let's get upstairs and get going. I am taking your suggestions on what we should place here other than the Minuteman because this is the Minuteman Stronghold, so to speak. This is Fort Independence, a real life fort in the Boston area. And so this is the only jumbled area that kind of, it's like you can't really do anything with this with the tools we're given. So, yeah, we're going to really try to get this set up. So, how do we do this? Especially right here in this corner, is going to be needed. I think we can use a half wall there. As you can see, I use stairs there to kind of block that off. So let's go in. So there are So if you don't know, the game actually, when the game has attacks happen, they're planned, they're scripted because they kind of have to be. So a most settlements have 3 attack points. I think this one only has 2. One being the front gate, so to speak, and one being the little island off to the south. So that's where we're going to focus most of our weaponry. And I like the idea of the turrets. If you haven't seen any of my other builds, I always build turret platforms, but here I don't have to because I'm high enough up so I can line this whole thing with turrets, and that's a choke point. The spawn point is that little shack. So they have to come up here. They're dead before they hit this. Unless it's like a death claw or something that is a bullet sponge. The other spot I always put my turrets is over here. This little front gate area, as I call it. Again, that spawn point is over here. So they kind of choke point here. If you're wondering why it looks different than your game, it is because I use Clean and Smooth mod. You can actually get all the mods I use for my gameplay via the link in the description. It's a Nexus mod collection. You install the collection and you have everything I use. It's an easy way to do it. But it also comes with risk. So, I mean, you kind of have to know a little bit about how the collections work. And I do use some mods that rely on other mods, but they are all in that list. So if you want the list, it is available. All right, let's go outside and get this other wall done, and then we'll focus on defense. So right now I could leave this like this. This is suitable. You got a window here. So let's get this side done. As you can see, I'm using the double, the one with the floor and ceiling on it. It makes it easier to connect these. And if you're wondering, I had a comment asking about the artwork that is around the Commonwealth that's been all replaced. That is a mod. Also in that list, it is what literally gets the mod list labeled as adult. It isn't a very adult list or mod, as it contains nudity. That being said, I try not to go to third person because, yeah, that would be a little, no, that's not PG to either. So I play my way, you play your way, and we all get along. So there it is. There's the castle built. The hardest part of that is putting down the floors and getting them in place, getting them lined up is not an easy task. I wish, so used to this mod before it was update is was completely fixed. It was not like this, but the modder used someone else's mod within his own, so yeah, he had to take it out. So we're back to building this. How do I get them to clip? There's multiple ways. The easiest way I found is to get like one of these placed, and then it will clip in to place. The flooring will clip into place even if something's in its way. So you can see I have solid white, so that means it will clip. So that's one way I do it. Another way I do it is using the pillar glitch, which allows you to raise and lower stuff into the ground. It is how I hide my generators. If you've seen, I've shown that off with some of my other builds. I always hide my generators. I do not like having generators out in the open because, hey, they can get attacked. And I don't like stuff getting attacked. This is the castle. It is down by Boston Airport. This is Fort Independence in real life. The Boston Airport is there. The only difference in the Fallout universe is that this has this connector. This isn't actually connected in real life. This here is Spectacle Island. So that's kind of giving you a reference. So, yeah. But this is really cool area. Very difficult to get to unless you're just sprinting and outrunning everybody. Andrew Station is here. The South Boston Police Department, Gwinnett Restaurant, and the South Boston High School. Diamond City, yeah, Diamond City's here, so it's close. It's not real close, but it is close. I believe tomorrow we're actually going to do, or later tonight we'll do Hangman's Alley, depending on how I feel. And that one's an easy build because it's just defense at the entrances. But knowing that you have to have some turrets inside the gates, so to speak, because one of the attack points is actually inside the settlement. So that's the basics of this. To get this in place, I start with the wood structures. Believe it or not, I start with one of these and place it where I want it. as far as how to straighten it, and then I built off of that with the concrete stuff. So yeah, yeah, Hangman's Alley's one of my favorite places to build because it makes you think. Now, like I said, I use clean and smooth, so clean and smooth clears it all out. Building around all the crap sucks. And that's why I use clean and smooth. It's because it gets rid of most of it. And like like I found out at Kingsford Lighthouse last night, it doesn't let you get rid of everything. I did Kingsford Lighthouse actually making the lighthouse work, kind of. It's lit up. Let's put it that way. So we're gonna put about 8 turrets here. One of the things I always have as many shipments as I can carry on me, because I'm always using all kinds of material. And as you can see, like right here, that shotgun turret, I could build 200 of those. So I always have plenty of materials on me. I do use mods. I will admit I do use cheat mods. But when you've beaten the game 20 times and you're just here to build, I don't see the point in not cheating, so to speak. If you don't like it, okay. If you do like it, great. I do this to entertain, and I do it to make sure that people know how to build. I do it for the building experience, not for the game experience, so to speak. If you want to know how to get resources, there are thousands of ways to get resources. If you want lore videos, check out Oxhorn. I think he's done a video on every part of lore in Fallout 4. If you want if you want to build without mods, check out Schooled Zone. They have he does a lot of interesting no mod shop classes where he literally just goes in and shows you how to do things with the in-game mechanics without mods. Now, do I watch every one of his episodes? You bet, because I learned so much. That's how I learned about the wire glitch. That's how I learned about the Wi-Fi glitch. Which is a kind of a double wire glitch. It's how I learned how to utilize other things. It's actually how I learned how to bury walls. Was with that. I don't use a mod, so to speak, for exploiting wall mechanics. I use what I've learned. And it's always learning. You're always learning how to do things in this game because you're always experimenting with things. So, yeah. We're going to... So we've got 9 here. I think I put 9 over there. No, 12. Something like that. Oops. I have fall damage off, so... Because a lot of times I'm at pretty high heights. So when I'm building, I turn all that damaging off. Turn all the damage off. So now we're going to put conduit. These vertical conduits are a mod that I do recommend. It makes things so much easier. It's called vertical conduits. Or something like that. But I will say they are finicky, even more so than the regular conduits. Conduits transfer power. So we're gonna put. So we're gonna put the conduits down. Oh, that's totally okay. I'm glad you're here. So what conduits do essentially is wires. It's a wire that sits on the floor. So we're going to put these here. Now these are not going to all stay here because we are going to do this. But a conduit will allow me to run power to these turrets. And these turrets will then be not be susceptible to a attack. Some things can be attacked and knocked out. Power pylons, power generators, stuff like that. But the long ones that are there to give me a line. Basically, I know all of this stuff's going to be in line now. So we're going to take these medium ones and these pass-through ones, and we will connect all these up. The other thing that I learned is you don't want to do this. You don't want to daisy chain them, because if you daisy chain them and they take out this turret and it's the one connected to the main power, your entire defense is down. Okay? You want to make sure you're connecting as many to the ground as possible, so to speak. So we're just going to take these. I just skip one each time. And we're going to take these out and replace those with the smaller ones. Like I said, the only reason I use the long ones is they're fast and easy to connect quickly and get in a straight line. Alright, so this one to here, this one to here, and I think we can go there. And then we just keep going. We go across. The great thing about turrets is they don't have to be perfectly straight. They kind of will do what they need to do no matter what, as long as they're not obstructed. Obstructed turrets cause problems. So, and the turret can actually damage other systems. So you always want to make sure that it's not facing towards like water purifiers and stuff like that. Oops. So yeah, so we're going to connect that. All right. All right, we'll go there. So now we need to connect this to the power grid. Now I haven't installed the generator yet, as you can see by the red 0. But where I am going to install it is actually going to be underneath here in an opening that I have. So we're going to go with it. with this. Now, to drop down into this zone, because that zone's completely cleared off, I'm just going to do that. Here's our conduit. It's a little, not really where I need it, but it will work. I know that's going to be about right here. And I play on PC. So that's connected to up there. I know that's good. We're going to then go to our power generators and grab this one. We're just going to put it in here because there's no need to hide it because it is hidden. And here we're just going to go a conduit and let this hang in air in the air. And there we go. So now all those turrets are on. So I play on PC with an Xbox controller because I started playing on Xbox. So all of these guns are powered. And what if you add them up, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. That is 30 power by itself right there. And then we're going to add another 18 power on the other side. But that's going to take some being finicky about something. So we've got to figure out how to get the power down. We're going to use and also not be seen, so to speak. And I know that this all is kind of, yeah, this is the end right here. And all of the only thing we have here is that door. So I can run, so my thought is running the conduit down through this area here. But this conduit's not going to sit flat. So we're going to actually force it to sit flat. I'm going to start here. Now these are going to go under this earthen area right here. So we don't really want that. We'll connect these 3. Then I have a long piece here. But as you can see, that's leaving out, that's heading away from the turrets. So we need to turn this to be more in line. This is, I guess, the most finicky part of the build menu is you have no, like, perspective. Like, the perspective of this game is really bad. And to be honest, they didn't really fix it very well in Fallout 76. However, the fact that you now have the overview, like top-down view in Starfield, I do like Starfield's build menu or build system a little bit better than Fallout's, but at the end of the day, I like the Fallout game better. The story is better, and it runs better on my computer. Starfield really taxes my video drive or my GPU. So this that is picking up it. So there's sometimes where there's preloaded like NPC spots, like right here, where an NPC will stand, but we don't really need that right now. I'm just gonna make sure. All right, I am on that side of it, so I can go down. Wait, no, I can't. Okay. So right there's the opening. All right. We're going to do a glitch. Now this is called the Wi-Fi glitch, and it basically allows you to wirelessly connect something to power without having to actually have that said thing be powered, if that makes sense. Remember how to do this. Let's see how I can do it. So we're going to see how the wire is connected, or is in white. I'm going to do that. I'm going to say I want it there. And it's not working. I figured. Wait. Okay. I messed up. So it goes here to here. Here to here. Okay, so that gives that power. Oops. So this should have power now. Alright, so, and I'm just using this to show that it has power. The best type of turret is the laser turret, in my opinion. So, this conduit junction has power. So now that I take this over here, and I'm going to release a video showing how to do the Wi-Fi glitch. But now I can put this here. That has power. And now all of this has power. And that has no wire. So that's a simple way to do it. You connect whatever you want to have power, you connect to the generator or to something that has power, and then you connect it to another piece. You then delete that piece, you connect it using the wire glitch, and then you delete that, and it keeps power going to the original item. Alright, I hope that made sense. Now, I've got to get power to this. And unfortunately, this one, I can't just move. I can't put it where I need to put it. And I can't move it or anything like that. So this one, I use another trick. We're going to go across the ceiling. Or at least somehow go across. This one. Alright, so we have this. So realistically, this is a little too big. So we're going to not use this. I'm going to use the vertical. So we're going to put this here. Use this one here. Now that's going to go up on the roof. So that's going to, this is a smoke and mirrors type thing where, well, maybe not. Let's just go here. So this room is not tall enough for what I want to do, but doesn't mean I can't do it. We're going to use the mod. So unfortunately these won't connect together. There we go. So we're gonna I think we're gonna sling a wire from there over to here. Maybe. We'll see. But I have something else for this. We're gonna come here. And we're gonna do this. Now, I don't use a lot of wires in my builds unless it's like aesthetically pleasing. Like here, it's aesthetics to have, it's aesthetically pleasing to have this on the building as a switch, even though that's actually not what's going to be controlling the this piece here. So we're gonna run up to here, across and down. All right, so come back in here, put another one of those with that. Now I'm gonna put another one on this tower, and that's gonna go down to there, and then this will go over here. Now, like I said, I use these when it's aesthetically pleasing. This is not aesthetically pleasing, but it's easier to do it like this than it is to try to figure out all the math to get conduit and all the hassle, truthfully, all the conduit over to that piece. So we can just run wires. They're not tall enough to, you know, you've got plenty of headroom. So we're good there. Oh, and I did already collect the magazine here. And we can turn this on. There we go. Activate on. Now, obviously I have music off because I don't want to get copyright struck. And every bit of the music in this game is copyrighted. So, with that being said, so speakers are active. Now I need to connect all of this to our power grid. So we're going to come back. One of the nice things about conduit is that it snaps regardless. So if I take one of these upside down ones like this, it snaps in. All right, wire glitch time. Wire glitch is so easy to do. We're going to take these two. We're going to span a line across. We're going to come here. This is where you want the wire to be highlighted with the center point on the conduit junction. You're going to hit Y on the Xbox controller. Now, you come over here. Let's remove this. And we're going to put... I forgot to do this first. All right. So we need something to connect to in here. Now normally I would just bury this so it wouldn't be a problem. But since we didn't bury it, we're just hiding it. Okay. We're going to bury, or we're going to put I'm just trying to get power to down to the floor. That's all that is. Then we're going to take the conduit and we're going to have one sticking up. We'll have one sticking up here. And then we'll do one sticking down. Oops. Alright. Go back in here. So what this is doing is actually running the wire underground. Using the wire glitch, you actually don't have any collisions. The collisions go away. So now I know that any underground stuff I can run to this conduit. And I'll leave these here so that if I'm running stuff, it makes it easier. So that is lit up, but I have to have someone to run it. So, yeah. I don't want to recruit people here. So at this time, I don't. Because I find recruiting pulls in some individuals you really don't want. Now, I have 5 beds here, but I need at least 15. So we need to add 10 beds. The best place to do that is in this area here. We have 2, which we're going to take these out. Knock all this stuff out. We want to make sure we're not scrapping it, because some of this stuff you can't get by building. You can't build some of this stuff. So I always scrap. I always store instead of scrap. Especially like these boxes. Never scrap these boxes. These boxes are very handy for decoration. We're going to straighten these up. Yes, these are adult. Very adult. These I can rebuild. Okay, so we have a clean room here. Snap beds is my favorite, one of my favorite tools, because I can build functional bunk beds. So we're gonna put, and we're just gonna line them like this. So that one clips a little. So group select, just hold down your select key for a couple of seconds and it will group select. We're going to remove these two. And then we can put in our mattresses. So I just took this room. I just went from 5 beds to 9 beds by adding those 8. And we'll be nice and give them some comfy pillows. These snap in place. Everything's snappable, which is great. Now I can put more beds here. Now I need 15 total. But I don't need to go with bunk. I'm going to put a bunk bed here. So that gives me my 11. Bunk bed here. I want it as straight as possible. That's good. 2 more. So the bed frame is not what counts. It's the actual mattress that they're sleeping on. Then we're going to go with military cots. But we're going to use the Minuteman ones. And I do something kind of weird here. I make sure to spin these around so that their feet are together, their heads are together. And this gets me my 14 or 15. And that's how we do that. And then we come over and there is a Minuteman bed, or Minuteman mattress here. And if all's done right, feet together, heads together. And we have our 15. So we have 15 people living in this one room. You could put another, you probably could put one more there. But we're going to bring these boxes back in. And we're just going to stack them right here. Little decoration in there. They've got their pictures on the wall. And now Just put this here for now. We want to stack these here, and we're going to move this cart. I have a feeling someone's going to be racing that through the halls here. We'll put that in storage. We'll put that in storage. Someone really had a thing for a flamethrower. Oh yeah, this place was full of Mirelurks, that's why. Decoration, not really worried about. Alright, here's the other ones. So we're going to bring this over here. These are just going to all sit together. This is one place I don't live by the rule of delete everything, because there's so much good stuff here just to use as decoration that I'm really glad they left, because yeah, it could be done down to scrap, but man, does it make it better if you have this kind of stuff just sitting around. This room I'm gonna leave alone. No reason for a bed in here. This also leads to the tunnels. Yes, that's the snap beds mod. Very easy to find on the Nexus. If you're on Xbox, I don't know if it is an Xbox mod or not. Everything for me comes from the Nexus, other than one mod, and that I do use from the in-game mod hub, which is the unofficial Fallout 4 patch, which fixes mostly spelling error, like a bunch of spelling errors. But there's other things that it does. So yeah, it's snap anything you see with an ilm. So like here, snap beds, markers, videos of Wasteland, those are all mods. If they have a plus in them, yeah, if they have a plus on them, they have mods in the category. And so forth. So yeah, a plus means that there's modded stuff in there. A straight up M means that is the mod. Oh, so now we need to figure out water. Now, water is going to be over there. Oops. We'll come outside. This is the only thing not protected by the walls, but it is protected. It is kind of protected because it's over here in the bay. But we're gonna run a wire from here over to here. I think, or is it? Yeah, it's down here. So I'm just going to do conduit again. I use conduit for a lot of stuff. It's fast and easy, and with these it makes it even easier. So now I need to run conduit over here, and then I can go through the ground from there. So these are going to be horizontal. Oops. It helps if you use the right So I'm gonna hard select all of this. No, I'm not. Alright, that works. Oh, now I gotta get out or get back up. So that's gonna be how we're gonna do that. How do you? Oh, okay. How do you attract settlers to your outpost? Your radio beacons. They are in power. It's in power under miscellaneous. It's the first one. Recruitment radio beacons is the last thing I put up. It's one of those things I don't power it until I'm ready to start attracting settlers. The whole point of this series is to build everything, and then after I've built everything, I'm actually going to do the main storyline. I haven't even saved Garvey yet, so I'm not really focused on anything right now other than building, but it's because I want to show how to build. Yes, that have. Okay, that's not what I wanted. There we go. That's. Alright, that's not working. Why is that not working? I've already done it. It's actually the very first one I did. It turned out really well. I'll show it here in a minute. We'll take a detour over there. But it's one of my favorite builds because it totally encapsulates the diner. Clipping, that was a fun build, and it was a lot of trial and error. I actually had built it like 3 times before I even live streamed it because it's a tough build, and I really didn't know how I wanted to do that build until like a day before I did the live stream. I built it to be entirely within the footprint of the diner part of it. And with clean and smooth, it actually repairs the right wing, so it makes it super easy. All right, now that I have that, I can delete that. We have water, and now all that we got to do, well, not all we have to do, but the next major thing we do is plant down enough food. Right, we're gonna do that right here. Let's delete that. All right. Now on the food, all I do is take 2 of these, and I have these where they clip together. That is a mod. Snappable garden plots, I think is the mod's name. Just makes it easier to line stuff up. And then around that, because I think it looks like shit when it hovers, we're going to take these and then these snap to those plots. So yeah, that's that. Makes that not look nice. They can step up on that. And then that's going to be our carrot patch. You don't have to use carrots, and I don't always use carrots, but carrots they're easy to line up, first off. So they're easy to line up. And 3 rows of 4 gives you 1 worker's worth of carrots. So we're gonna do, but you can fit 4 in here, which is always great. So there's 1 worker, 2 workers, and then I leave the rest of this blank because 12 should be enough to start with. And then if I need the 14 or the 15, I can always come over here and plant 3 of these guys or 2 of these guys. And then I can always come out and just plant the rest here. So I only had 3 of those, so that's why I only have 3 now. But that gives me 15 food. I have 15 people or 15 beds, so that's possible there. So let's go take a look at some of the other builds so you guys can see what all I have done. I'm just going to extend this out to make it look like it's wrapped. There we go. And all right, let's run over to Starlight since someone wanted to see my Starlight. Here's Starlight. Let's jump over there. Any questions? Fire away in the chat. I do not have a problem answering anything. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I will do more of these where I do a lot more interaction now that I see people are interested.
That's what you want.
Oh. Yeah, this I accidentally triggered the new enclave mission, so those guys are jerks. I gotta get that mission done quickly. Alright. This is Starlight Drive-In. Greenhouse to the left, and that is actually the whole Starlight. This is what it looks like from the front. that's Starlight from the front. That is the very first thing I built live. And there's my water. I did have to use some wiring here. My defenses, one of the attack points is up there. One is over there. And yeah, this was a fun build. Let's go inside. Got all the lighting, maybe some extra lighting. Here's the greenhouse. Haven't put any plants in there yet. Yeah, come back and do that. My bar and clinic. A lot, and then weapons and armory. A little eating area. This actually is kind of just a give me more power type thing. This whole thing completely floored in. Got a fridge here. Got some ice cold Nuka-Cola. I completely blocked this off. And this is what it looks like upstairs. This was a fun build. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people, I think, didn't expect me to build this the way I built it. And I've gotten some good feedback from it. Then on the back side, it's all concrete. I mean, I probably am going to come back to this and finish it in another live. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I do have a little bit of a float problem right there, but nothing major. I haven't so I had this where it had Starlight Diner on the back of it, and unfortunately I lost that save. I'll take that. But then the other part of it that I did, I put some turrets up there because there's another attack point up there. There's an attack point like right in here somewhere. But then I did this, and I actually got flagged for my sign. I had it as the thumbnail and got flagged for it. So that was kind of crappy, but it says welcome to the shit show. Kind of just a funny haha type thing. There are random encounters that happen under this bridge, so I'm probably going to put some turrets or a turret tower over here somewhere to protect against that. So let's go back. So I'll show you Sanctuary. Probably be faster to run there instead of quick travel. Oh, the Red Rocket also got done. We've done Abernathy Farm. We've done the Red Rocket. We've done Sanctuary. We've done Starlight. We're doing the castle. We've done Sunshine Tidings, which that one was, I didn't put a lot into that one. That one was more of a just build it as a farm, not really a full trading post. I did the I forget the one in the top right corner of the map, but it starts with a Z. I did that one last night. That one I did it real late, so no one, I don't think anyone watched it. But I turned that into a trading post, building the housing part of it on top of the antenna platform. That one was kind of fun. If you haven't seen that one, check it out. That one was a fun one. No one watched, so no talking on that one. But yeah, Zimonji, outpost. I did that one last night. Kind of cleaned some stuff up around it as well. One nice thing about being on PC is I have access to the console, which allows me to disable items. Like, I can click on something and disable it. This is the red rocket. Very, very cool way this turned out. I mean, I wasn't expecting this to turn out this good, but the fact that those pillars work perfectly onto the island was great. That is 100% centered. Great build there. And then I've been in and out of Sanctuary a lot. I think I did 2 parts on this one. Someone did ask why my turrets face the way they do. It's because they face the attack points. That island is attack point 1. The footbridge is attack point 2. And there's an attack point out by the circle. So this is the style of house that's I've come to love building. It's easy. It gives me a place to put 10 beds, some seating area if needed. This is my greenhouse, which is actually 2 greenhouses in one. Lots of space for planting. There's attack point 2 going towards Vault 111. Got 2 spotlights, 2 laser turrets, and a guard post. My scrap station. That's, if you see anywhere I put these guys, those are generators. Those are like really cool ways to hide generators. And those are 100 each. I have my power armor display. I've got all my power armors that I've collected so far, including this one was not easy to get. And you notice it says steel on it. This is Boomer's power armor from the outpost. I actually was able to sneak up behind him, steal the power core, which forces him out, kill him, and then I stole his power armor. So that's a cool one where I didn't have to go find a frame to put his stuff on. That's always a plus. But it's the frame you're stealing, so I don't wear it. And then this is the third. That tree right there is the third attack point. So yeah, that's. And these are the turret platforms I build. I love building these because they're simple. Some of them I use conduit, some of them I use wire. So that's always a plus. So let's head over to, I guess, Abernathy's would be here. At least here, if I get jumped, it's I've got protection. Abernathy is one that also has its spawn point for its raider attacks inside the boundaries. So it's one of the reasons I say fences are useless. That attack point's like right here. So yeah, this is probably one of the most heavily defended farms you'll ever see. Trading stations. I build a trading station pretty much at every, at least a. I always put a bar, and I typically will put a general or a clinic at almost all of my locations. At almost all of my settlements have at least a bar and a clinic, or a bar and a general store, because they generate cash for you. One thing I didn't take off is, you can see I use this little method all the time. So I think there's one of my mods is conflicting, because I tried to get Overland Station, and Overland Station says I'm not allied with them, but yet I've done their quest. But I noticed that in my other save game, the one that I'm actually more playing the game on, the story on, until I go back to Garvey, or until I went back to Garvey to report that they had joined, I couldn't access it. So I'm thinking it's something to do with one of the Minuteman mods that I use. So yeah. But I feel that if I start doing Minuteman radio quest, I'll want to actually start playing the game story. And right now I'm just focused on building. So yeah, Garvey's still over there. You don't have to redact all your messages. You're asking good questions, especially for someone that is new to the game. You're asking very good questions. So let's go back to the castle. I don't think. Oh, I don't think you've seen this one yet. I will show you. Where'd it go? Here it is. So we'll jump up here. This one has a lot of defense, or doesn't have a lot of defense, but two of its spawn points are really close together. One tower really works to protect those two, and then the one on the back side of near the overpass, I have a whole bank of turrets and spotlights. Water there. This is a small outpost, so I don't need a lot of people for this one. I accidentally did turn the radio beacon on, so that's why I have a couple of people already here. You can see I just threw her as the bar, him as a farmer. There's my tower. I did use the squares on this one because I find the squares are a little easier on the lower level. But those also, there's a couple that can hit that marker, which is about right here. About where that circle is where that marker is. So yeah, they're vaporized pretty quickly. I did this. So what I did is I built the top part first, and then used the post to mark where the floor of this was going to be. It's a little high. You can't really tell, but then I put my chemistry station. I clipped this through the wall, so this is powered from in here. You can see I use this a lot. This little setup here, I use a lot. Armor station. Put this on a switch so I can close it. And guess where the power generator is? You got it. It's under the outhouse. I like this. It's open, but it's airy, but it's still protects the 3 merchants. There is a spawn point like the spawn point's like right here, and then there's another one up on this hill, like right here. So that tower is actually doing double duty. That's also why it's a 360 tower instead of a 180. And like I said, I cleaned up some down here. I got rid of the burned out truck. I got rid of the shopping cart and all that stuff down here. Yeah, this is actually a really easy one to build. Also, how I did this was I put the post in first, then I snapped the walls in. It's a little finicky, but it worked out really good.
Biggest town I ever saw.
And I even have it here. You can even see those posts are here. I haven't gone through and put the post on the top yet on this side or on the back sides, but right here I think it looks really good. All right. Like I said, these are all available full builds. Most of them take around 2 hours. Sanctuary took around 4 or 5 hours, I believe. So yeah, that's how I've got all of them. Not too bad on anything really. It's just a matter of knowing the systems to make it work for you. So here we are back at the castle after our little detour around the Commonwealth. And we are going to now worry about more of a decorative, make it look lived in kind of attitude. Normally I would just say this is it for the first part of the build. Until I get people in, I'm not really worried. But remember, this has a full mission with it. And I love it that it actually... The mission's kind of weird because if you've already done this mission or if you've already done what I've done, when you get to the mission, it's like, oh yeah, I already took care of that. And Garbiak's surprised. So it's like, why be surprised that the person that's cleared so much of the Commonwealth has already taken out that thing that you want taken out. So just to make these look symmetrical, because that's a big thing with me, is I like things to look even. We're going to do that. That's fine. And then we're going to finish this out. I was kind of thinking about that while I was giving the tour. So yeah, there we go. Got carrots, got moot fruit over there. So yeah, we're good. Go back and watch my video from yesterday. I'll show you how I built that tower. It was pretty easy build. It was more of me kind of just playing with placements. Now, like I said, we need some merchants. And I'm thinking that in front of each of these doors is a good spot for a merchant. So we're going to come over to stores. And we're going to select the bar. I'm not worried about placement right now. I'm just worried about getting it in clinic. And then on this one, there's stuff already there. So, but because this isn't stuff I've put down. So we have the bar, we have the clinic. I'm gonna just stick with those two. Although I could put another small one in. So I just line this up. That gives me a reference point. And there we go. Bar or clinic is in, but not straight. Now, if you're ever wanting to have reference points on, you know, I want something straight, but I don't want to figure out all of this and all the nonsense. There's an easy way to do that. You can come in here and do a conduit. So I'm just going to put a conduit. Basically, we're creating a string line. So I'm going to put the conduit against a known straight edge, i.e. that line. And then I'm going to come over here. And so that line is there. Feel like this would be the same spot. And then all I gotta do is make a string line, but you know, a good place to build a tower base. Yeah, the outpost. That outpost that we were just at, that's like the best place to do it. It has your base is already there. All you gotta do is build around it. And it gets attacked on 3 sides. So yeah, that's a good place. But you also have to remember, you need something people can move around in. Just because it looks good doesn't mean they can move around in it. And if they can't move around in it, then it's a worthless base, because They need to be able to get move for attacks. They need to be able to do the things that a normal person is going to do on a day-to-day basis. And if you just make it look good and you're not really paying attention to the lived in part of it, no matter what you do, it's gonna hinder you. So there's my bar, there's my clinic. I could clear this one out, but I'm not going to. This I need for that. Now, one thing I have seen is someone put the bar in the kitchen area. Kind of a cool concept, but I'm gonna leave. Let's put the missile launcher away. We don't want anyone blowing themselves up. Minuteman flag, pictures. Like I said, this leads to the tunnels, which is, you actually get a mission for that. Put missiles away. Those aren't moving. So I could use this. Let's go back into store. We're gonna do a weapons, and we're gonna do the little ones. And hopefully we have enough space. Ooh, I don't know if we're gonna have enough space. So just try to line it up. There's a small little spot there. I don't know. What do y'all think? Y'all think it's big enough, or should I split them and put it into the wall a little bit? So if I do that, and that, I think that's gonna work. Oops. So because of the snapping feature, I can do this, although I can see that this wall is not even. So there's, if you look down the hall, it's straight. So I know that this pillar is behind this pillar. Even though it looks straight, it's not. And this is where you just have to play with perspective. And I think that's as close as I'm going to get it. So, entry. Weapons and armor. We could decorate this back here with some armor and some weaponry. Let's go to displays. Decorations, displays. And we're going to do armor racks. We can put some armor on these mannequins. Display cases. Yeah, that's not what I want. I gotta find where it is. One of the other things we can do is put the we could put the refrigerator behind the bar. That's always a nice thing to do. So this is a mod. It's a Nexus or a Nixie wall clock. These are actually kind of cool. It tells you what time of day it is. It does have to have power, but that's not going to be a problem. We'll get power in here. I'm trying to find the weapons displays. I forget where they're at. Oh, in here, duh. Yeah, this is weapons. So we're going to do... We're going to make a wall of weapons, which will look good. I think that looks good. That we can put the weapons on here. 4 pistols, 4 rifles. No heavy weapons. I think that will look good. We can head back over to the clinic. Now, the clinic, I really don't have a lot. You really don't have a lot decoration-wise for the clinic. So not really sure what we could put behind the clinic, but behind the bar at least, we can put the fridge. So I'll put an ice machine in, maybe a milk machine. No, let's get the fridge. Have to go all the way to the end. Maybe. Where's the fridge at? Oh, it's in containers because it acts as a container. Okay. Sorry, I forget where stuff is. Ooh, that'll be fun. Put that there. And we'll take this away and put that here. Alright, so I actually did a pretty good job of placing that. Love when you place something and it's in the right spot. Stove next to it so we can say that they're cooking even though they're not. And then the ice machine. Yeah, we'll put the ice machine in front of the window. Did it connect? I don't think it did. Well, we'll make it connect. It's going through the stove, but oh well. The stove can come out a little. Or let's snuggle these guys up a little. There we go. Can't see it now. So I need to move this back, but I don't. So we're going to show you a glitch. This is the rug glitch. So we're going to, oops, decorations, go to rugs. Come over to this rug. This is the easiest rug to use. So the idea is we're going to set this on top of this. And the rug's collision is not the same as the item on top of it. The only thing we have to worry about is, does it drop? Yes, it did. But that is fine. I don't mind that. Alright, so those two are connected, supposedly. But now I've got to connect that to there. Let's see how if the wire actually goes underground or if it tries to do something else. Okay, so you can see that the wire didn't do exactly what we wanted. So we're going to take the wire out again. We're going to put a conduit junction. Don't like where that is. Yeah, this is going to be a little tricky because I want this behind all this. So let's see how we're going to do this. Alright, let's see how this works. So my main goal right now is just to get the wire to not be visible. That's kind of where I'm going right now. But it's... So see how it comes through the floor? Let's move these. Oops. Yeah, we need that. Ooh, that might have done it. And I think I just lost it. Alright, so what we're going to do is toggle collisions. We're going to go into the wall. There it is right there. And we're just going to put it here for right now. So this is how thick that wall is. If you're curious, that's how thick the castle walls are. And yeah, that's what's, this is underneath. This is how they build cities. Move that. So this can sit on this. Alright, we're gonna do this a different way. I'm not gonna fight with it. It's easier to experiment than to just have a game plan and say, I'm gonna make it work. If it doesn't work, you can always come back and do something else. So here, I'm gonna do that. Let's see. And oh, I know what I need to do. Okay, so we're going to put this inside here. But I need that exposed. Then we're going to go the other way. Like this. Oops. Like this. Let's get rid of that extra one. Yeah, there it is. So this is what it looks like. All right. Now, because we've got to connect this to this and that to the out there. This is where these guys come in again. No. We'll make sure that we got power to this first. When you're doing wire glitching, it's a lot of running back and forth. Best companion. Wow. Best companion, that's... I guess it's dependent on what you're doing. Honestly, 90% of the time I run without a companion. Unless it's mission based. I mean, you have to take Nick or you have to take Nick to face Kellogg. You have to have Nick on Far Harbor. That's given. Those Piper is good if you really want, like, I like Piper for her conversational points. If you're about to face Kellogg, and realize when you once you face Kellogg, chapter 2 is over. what I call chapter 2. Because to me, chapter 1 is is getting out of the vault and freeing Garvey and running Garvey's stuff. Chapter 2 is getting to Diamond City and then killing Kellogg. Chapter 3 is getting from Kellogg into the Institute. And chapter 4 is Institute and beyond. That's how I look at it, with chapter 5 obviously being choosing which faction you're going to side with. So, i.e., what are you going to do with the Institute? For me, I like putting off the Kellogg mission until I have at least 10 settlements. Well, 8 settlements. And I know whether I'm going to team with Brotherhood of Steel or not. Quite frankly, I've only teamed with Brotherhood of Steel once, because Brotherhood of Steel's storyline is kind of a farce, in my opinion. But to each their own. I suggest always finishing the game with with every faction, so you can see how each one is done. But yeah, the Brother of the Steel part I didn't enjoy. Teaming with the Institute I didn't enjoy. I typically side with the Minuteman and or the Railroad. Typically Minuteman and Railroad is my go-to. So yeah, and with Kellogg, going against Kellogg, you have to take Nick. Just always be sure to give Nick and Piper especially, you need to give good weaponry. And it be the only weapon they have. So always trade weapons with them. Give them at least a 10 millimeter. A 44 is even better. The pipe pistols that they start with suck. Other than that, I would say from there, it's just a matter of personal preference. Who do you want to listen to for 8 to 10 hours playing through the main storyline? Strong, I do not like. Like, I'll get Strong, but I immediately just drop him off at Kingsford Lighthouse and let him guard that place. Because Kingsford Lighthouse, I find, gets attacked a lot. Like, a lot more than any other settlement I have. It seems like the Children of Adam really try to attack that place heavily. So I could cheat and remove that, but I'm not going to. I'm actually going to open it the right way. Need it where you can't jump up there. You have to go up these steps. So we have food, we have water, we have some places for people to stand. We have our... Alright, thanks for stopping by. This stream's almost over, so thank you for stopping by for it. And you made some good questions. Yeah, I should be on again tomorrow. It's 11:30 here, so yeah, time to get some rest. I'll be on tomorrow at 4. At least that's the plan, 4 p.m. And then again we'll see after that. I got something to do at 8, so yeah, we'll see where everything lands. 4 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time, I'm Scorpion Taz. Don't forget to subscribe, click that notification bell, comment if you have comments, and thanks for watching. Bye.